W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we do not. All right, I'll go first since homeboy is still. Actually, I took the time that you were doing that to get my shit ready. I know. Okay, just as long as you know that I'm giving you credit for that. All right, my first dub is going to someone local. There's been a lot of hubbub about this situation, and I really can only think of one question to sum up this entire thing. What was in the rug?
What now?
I need to know what was in the rug.
I turned on my camera. I made a joking TikTok that must be a dead body in this rug, and the ghost broke my computer. It started blowing up on social media unexpectedly. We were going to dig it ourselves and then realized it was just like too deep, too difficult to do that on our own. So then the entire world was telling me to have the police come. When I called the police and asked them, hey, do you want to come to my house to look at a rug? I felt insane. The homicide department had called me and asked if they could come and bring the sniffing dogs. Even after the first dog sat, I really didn't think the second dog was going to do it too. I thought maybe it was just an accident. And when the second dog did it too, I freaked out.
Yo, Malik was telling me about this weekend. He sent me the TikTok. That shit was crazy.
Very crazy.
Because now I'm asking all kind of questions. What's going on with your grandparents? Mm-hmm. Not the girl's grandparents, but the grandparents of the girl who owned the house before. What's going on with you? Was this a whole ploy to make you throw the police off the scent? You really buried that shit down there. Now you got this whole story about building the deck. There's so much shit going on. You got to start from zero and tell the story. But there's a lot of twists and turns.
I am going to summarize it to the best of my ability. From the first thing that I'm aware of, a girl by the name of Katie, I think.
Here in Columbus, Ohio.
Started making TikToks about how her house was haunted and how crazy things kept happening around her house. I think one of the things that I could at least remember is that she had something on her desk that was always on the shelf, and she always placed it on the shelf, but somehow it ended up on a completely different shelf. And then just other weird things just kept happening around her house. Some real paranormal activity shit. And so then, what happened to leading them to dig?
They were building a deck.
That's what it was. I thought it was a fence for some reason. Okay. So they just recently got this house, if I'm not mistaken. And so they were building a deck and started digging, around their perimeter of their home, and ended up finding a rolled up rug that was buried deep. Now, I don't know about any of these, but who comes up with the idea to bury a rug if there's not a body in that rug or something crazy?
Why are we doing it?
I just don't understand. And so she apparently reached out to the police and they would not come out to her. But
which is crazy,
which is nuts,
which is insane. Hey, there's a rug buried in my backyard several feet down for no reason. What
else would that be? I would immediately assume
budget cuts. We only come to shoot black people and mentally ill people. We can't help with that investigating cop stuff.
I'm at least checking it out. How much is it costing you to send somebody to check it out?
She should have told them that a black guy was robbing her car, and then somebody would have showed up.
Oh, for sure.
There's a black man breaking into my car.
We'll be there in 2 seconds. Okay. So they only sent somebody out there because she started getting a large following on TikTok following this story.
Which only tells you that they were embarrassed into doing this.
Yes.
Too many people know that we said we won't go come up and pick up the body, so I guess we'll go do our job now.
Mm-hmm. And tons of people probably
good old CPD.
Yep. Okay. And so apparently they did go into it, dig, and they found that I guess nothing was actually in the rug. From what I've heard.
Really?
Yeah, there was nothing in the rug.
So somebody just buried a rug. No. That sounds like this is what we're gonna tell the public. Someone buried a rug underneath a house just for no reason.
I know. Police say nobody was found inside a buried rug that sparked a TikTok sleuth.
They investigating. Somebody under investigation.
Could be.
It's a fucking body.
Could be. I would not be surprised.
Because one of the points in the TikTok, didn't they bring out a cadaver dog?
Yes.
And they bullshit. Somebody's under investigation, and they trying to like everybody act normal. Everybody act normal.
And so I didn't hear anything about this until Friday. And at work, everybody started talking about it. Apparently, she hasn't been available for an interview on Friday. So maybe they found something and they brought her ass into the
There's something fishy going on with that sitch. Because if the dog smelled something, then they wouldn't. If they didn't, then they wouldn't have kept digging.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have kept digging.
More than 150,000 people watched her live stream on Friday where she documented the police search.
Man.
Bro. What was in the rug?
What was in the GD rug?
Maybe there was a ton of money in the rug and they took it out before they started digging. I don't know.
Something had to be in it. Right?
That's what I
Who buries a rug that far down for no reason?
I don't know.
Not a dead dog, not you know.
I don't know. Tony Robinson said, "What in the movie plot is going on?" Bro. It sounds like a movie plot. Maybe they're working on selling the movie rights to that as the new Paranormal Activity sequel. I would do that. That would actually be a good idea. To be honest with you. All right, on to my L's. All right. I'm giving an L to a certain rapper that I've given tons of L's to at this point. I'm giving an L to Drake because Fashion Nova made a BBL Drizzy Halloween costume.
Yes, I seen that shit.
That shit is crazy.
That is nuts.
That shit was crazy. I better not see anybody with the BBL.
Oh, you know
Drizzy
you
costume,
are. You know you are.
Because that shit kind of sus. But
you know you are.
Yeah, probably.
I'm surprised I didn't see some dude with dreads carrying around a stick. I'm surprised we haven't seen it. You know what I
mean? Fair. Yeah, no, the BBL Drizzy costume is nuts. Hilarious. Shout out to Fashion Nova for crafting that hilarious viral moment. But I just thought that was crazy. I was going to ask you about your costume, but I know you're not going to tell me, so that's why I stopped myself.
Yeah, no, we'll do that one on. I do have to tell you because I think you have a role to play in this year's family costume set. But nah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Per the usual, we destroy Halloween every year.
You've been doing very well with your costumes.
Yeah, we fuck Halloween up.
All right, it's gotten to that point where we've got to talk about MoFly. Where we've got to talk about Chris Brown. So yes, there is supposedly a domestic or a documentary about.
Damn again.
Yeah, sorry, there is a documentary coming out about his history with domestic violence. This is coming from the same people who created the Quiet on Set documentary.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, so the people who just made that Dan Schneider documentary.
I was thinking this was like a life in the times of Chris Brown. No, we're doing that. We're okay.
I'll do you one worse. Okay, so they're obviously talking about Rihanna. They're obviously talking about the restraining order against Karrueche, and they've got some other stuff in there. They apparently have somebody who has yet to come out and accuse him. And they've done them up with the Dark Shadow and the voice changer. So apparently there's somebody new coming out and alleging some things against Chris Brown that they're putting in this documentary.
No, I have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that's the only way that he can be stopped.
Are we doing too much with this whole Chris Brown situation? Because first of all, I'll be honest with you, we're making a documentary instead of going to the police if there's real allegations here. Like, at this point, we're just doing too much with this whole thing. And we're trying to make too much of a cash grab off of something that should be trauma based off of whatever incidents actually happened. And I just feel like some of it has to be fake. It has to not be real. So I feel like we're doing entirely too much on Chris Brown. Or maybe I'm bugging. I don't know.
So, first of all, this is exactly why Universal wanted Drake the fuck out of that beef with Kendrick Lamar. This is exactly why they wanted him out of that beef as fast as possible. Why they tried to dead this shit as fast as they could. And it wasn't very fast at all. It stretched over months, but they tried to kill it. And this is why.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not always the substance of what it is that they can present. It's the optics of what they can present. It's
or
the
just the mere
perception,
allegations.
right? Yeah, it's the picture that they can paint.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see what could come of relitigating the Rihanna situation. As uncomfortable as the Karrueche situation got for her personally, and for a lot of other people, I don't think it went to a place of where what we were dealing with Rihanna,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was more so of a guy not taking a hint,
Sure.
as opposed to, hey, look, this is a dangerous criminal. This is like, at least that's the way that I saw it.
And even at some level, I can say that coupled with the Rihanna situation maybe made that situation look a little worse than it actually
Like,
was.
I mean, there's a thing to be said about the time that you're in, and also like the context. Like 20 years ago, a guy writes a girl's name in her song and screams it out. Everybody's looking at old girl like, hey, what's wrong with you? Right? Today, women have more agency over, their love dealings and whatnot. And it's like that may or may not play as well as it did back in the 90s or the 80s, that chivalrous show of love or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then even beyond that, like he tried to interject himself in between her relationships beyond her, or beyond him with, Victor Cruz and shit like that. So it's like, did he go overboard? Did he cross the line? Well, I'm pretty sure she put a restraining order on him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to be making a doc about it?
No. It's not that. And the timing seems extremely weird because it's not like there's anything going on with him like there is.
Right. It's like if it was an active thing, if we were still doing it, and I guess that's where shadowy figure comes from. But I don't respect that. I can't. I understand the need for anonymity in those situations sometimes, but also that kind of speaks to your willingness to speak, right?
Yeah.
If you are willing to come forward, that is the unfortunate consequence of coming forward. Like, people who hear these type of allegations want to hear that the person is doing it in earnest, that they don't have an angle, and then they're not just seeking to get a payday or some sort of quick show of 15 minutes of fame or whatever. Right? And the easiest way to do that, unfortunately, is to put your reputation out there. Like, it's hard for you to lob an allegation like whatever she's sure to say on this doc from darkness with your voice scrambled. Literally anybody. That could be literally anybody. That could be Chris Brown's worst enemy. And we would never know because we have no idea who this person is.
And I don't know if they've pursued any sort of litigation against him, but I do feel like pursuing litigation would be the better move than giving your rights to the story to some documentary.
Now, we don't know if there is. Like, if this person comes out and says that there's an active investigation over Chris Brown over this matter, then that's news to me.
Right.
That's new. That's news.
Yeah.
And that would certainly be something different.
Or maybe they pursued litigation, failed, and then now they're doing this.
It just seems like we're going back to rehash things that have already been solved. Like, it's already been taken care of. I haven't heard him mention Karrueche's name in years. The Rihanna thing happened when I was a child.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand what could be gained from this if it's not something about continued behavior today.
And maybe I'm also biased because I really enjoy Chris Brown's music.
That's not the point. We got through most of this conversation without even mentioning his music.
I do enjoy his music a lot, though.
Of course you do, but that's not the point.
It's the point now. I like his music a lot. Chris Brown is trying to change his life while they keep attacking him.
I don't know. And then there's also the point of this is show business, right? And so those docs have been insanely popular over the last decade or so, kicking off with Weinstein. Yeah. So any type of unheard Hollywood stories, let's bring the unshown side of the celebrity to light. That type of stuff is selling well right now. So when it is selling well, you're going to see people stretch further to try and reproduce that product. But there's only so many of those actual scandals out there.
But you know what my problem with that is it seems like to me, there's been about 15 to 20 Diddy documentaries that have been greenlit. Why are we not continuing with that trend as opposed to bringing somebody
trying to find
into
somebody
this?
new because you're trying to get your own foot in the door.
I guess
the Diddy market is oversaturated now. We need to find the new Diddy. We need to find the next one.
We'll just make the best documentary, and then you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Hey, I got one. His name is Lucien. Look that up. Lucien. Type that in. I think you'll find.
Or Clive Davis.
You might find some Clive. You can find Clive too.
Yeah. So
let's just get the entire board of BlackRock in there. Let's do that. Y'all down?
I'm down. Okay. These next ones should be pretty quick. But these are my last two L's. I'm giving an L to the Tuah girl. She found her way in my L's yet again.
Ma'am, I don't know why the algorithm tries to force people on me. It's Elon Musk and Tuah girl. I just don't want to see one of them.
Perfect sense.
I don't want to see
he owns the platform that you're seeing him on.
I don't want to see either of them. And I try to mute them. I try to get them out my face.
Yeah.
Don't want to see it. And it still finds a way in.
From the podcast she's doing.
Oh, good for her.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Good for her.
But she's also suing the interviewer who made her famous in the first place.
Suing him.
Yes, the black man who interviewed her and asked her the question that she came through and said, "You got a hawk to spit on that thing." Yeah, she's suing that guy.
Why?
For ownership of that clip.
Just pay him. Pay him. You are a loser for this. Pay him. Come on, man. Your whole thing is that you're down to earth, common girl. Don't be greedy.
You became famous. He didn't.
Yeah, don't fuck up your whole situation because you're being greedy. You think you done made it, so now you can big dog him for this. Don't do that. Because this is the type of shit that tanks your whole. First of all, your okay. The podcast is not good enough for you to be acting like this, right? Like you still in the very early stages. You got a lot of viewership coming in because your name is still hot. You're gonna have a problem sustaining here if you keep putting up shit like this. Right? It's not the most riveting conversations going over there. All the fucking shorts I keep getting is either about fucking Matt Rife or
Matt Rife is on there crazy.
It's fucking Matt Rife or who the other people are dating.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like come on, man. Come on, man. Pay this man his money. Get the footage so you can put it in a intro video or some shit like that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is his. I mean, what are you gonna sue him for using your likeness? I'm sure you looked very agreeing in that video. It didn't look like you.
That likeness led to your fame.
Yeah, I mean, it also just seems like y'all could arbitrate out of court and just pay the man for the footage. Now you're gonna have all the black girlies on your back calling you a greedy witch.
Deservedly so.
I'm just saying, don't invite problems when you don't need them.
Facts.
You don't need this. You don't need this back and forth. Why are you doing this?
Facts.
Whoever counseled her to do this is not. They ain't got her back like that for real. Because it is not a good look.
Well, she hired a team. She hired like a whole media team, and that's how she got the podcast.
Okay.
And the supposed documentary or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah, nah, I'm not fucking with it.
Not a good look.
That's all I got.
Facts. All right, here we go. Let's start out with the condolences. R.I.P. to Dikembe Mutombo.
Facts. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Mutombo. R.I.P. to Good Times, John Amos.
Yes, and Coming to America.
Right.
Yep.
R.I.P. John Amos. First dub I got this week is going out to the University of Akron's Black Alum Weekend.
This is a dub.
It's a dub, big dub. Shout out to Rob, Ashley, Rollo, Jaylani, all of y'all that organized, that helped.
Yeah, shout out to
put on a good
the
time.
Invitation I didn't receive.
It was good seeing everybody. Hey, listen, brother, you had to be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened.
I was in.
How you didn't find the IG page? No, I didn't find the IG page, but there was an IG page. I know
there's an IG page for it. Well, you know what? I can't remember the last time I've been on Instagram. So
yeah, no, I'm not on
that. Would probably be
ever. But yeah, no, it was a good time, man. It was good to see a lot of people from a while. It made you really realize how long you've been out of school. Like shit is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
people look
10 years.
Some people look the same. Some people look completely different. It's nuts. Nuts.
God, I'm old.
But it was a good time though. It was a good time. I like things like that. But it was cool. It was at the remember Primo's Deli?
Yes.
That's where it was at.
Manny's?
No, not Manny's.
Weren't they together?
No. That's Hanini's.
Oh, that was Hanini's.
Downtown. Across from the Rubber Duck Stadium.
Across from it. I remember the name Primo's.
Or Rose or the Vertigo.
I definitely remember Vertigo.
Yes, it was in the Vertigo.
It was something I
now they reorganized it. They changed the inside, but it's Vertigo.
Okay.
So you had to come.
Oh no, I know. Okay. Yep. Why didn't I think of Primo's? Because Shoop owned Primo's for a little while. That shit was nuts.
That name.
I know.
Damn. We having college moments right now.
Yeah.
Shoop was basically the Akron version of Van Wilder.
He was Van Wilder.
He was at the actual Van Wilder.
He was Van Wilder for
sure. Like the university knew him as the old guy on campus. Like it was crazy. Yeah, shout out to Shoop. He put on some pretty good parties.
Yeah.
Pretty good parties. It was one of the only, like, if Shoop was throwing a party, it was okay that it was a white party. You could go there. It was enough mix. There was enough going on. You'd have a good time.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
You know what I'm saying? And bro threw me on the shirt. I was official when it came to throwing parties myself. You know what I'm saying? When I threw a party, it was legit too. Yeah.
Okay. Anywho. Whoa. Shout out to California, who has banned legacy admissions.
Oh.
Banned legacy admissions in the state of California.
Is that a result of what happened with...
Don't go there yet. Don't go there yet.
Okay.
Don't go there yet.
Because I was actually wondering what happened with that situation, but we won't go there.
Oh, no. Because leading us into our L's, remember the Asian student group we were talking about a few weeks ago,
yes,
who was very upset about how they didn't get the reversal in statistics that they want with getting away with affirmative action.
Idiots, yeah.
Oh, they are now suing Harvard, Princeton, and who was Yale.
Yale.
Yep. Harvard, Princeton, and Yale. Fam, the entitlement. No. You said when we got the niggas out of here that you were gonna let us in. No.
Yeah,
we're gonna sue.
That's what it is.
Oh my God, bro!
Losers.
Like that's literally how it happened. Again, it should be noted that we are not talking about all Asians. We are talking specifically about the Asian student groups that led to the Supreme Court decision that did away with affirmative action.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a double whammy. It's like, well, damn, maybe if I had like a cousin or a parent, you know what I mean, an uncle, a sister, brother that went to these universities, maybe that was my way in. No, we're cutting it all the way off for y'all. Get out of here. They used you up.
They did.
Trying to tell y'all, we told y'all that's what was going to happen. So now you ain't getting enough of legacy. You ain't getting off of my own minority. Oof. You either come in with cash or walk like everybody else. And you made it that way. Congratulations. You played it.
You know what? I actually wasn't going to ask about that situation, though. That wasn't where my question was going.
No?
Damn. Do you remember
perfectly?
No, you did. And you've got your point across. But my question was, do you remember when the Full House mom?
Yeah. She went to jail for a year.
Yeah, like I was wondering if it had anything to do with that as well.
Maybe.
Well, I guess she wasn't a legacy though. She just used money to get them in.
Well, but I think that was only possible because she went to USC. She did go to USC.
Okay, so then it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, we're going to slide you $40K. You're going to buy a new library, and my daughter's going to get a rowing scholarship.
Yeah. Okay, so then that has to do with legacy admissions too. So, yeah, big dub.
Like, that's only going to happen with somebody who has a close relationship with admissions.
Yeah, that makes sense. Polo Boy, watch your mouth.
What do you say?
Y'all talking about these whack PWI parties. Not everybody got to go to a HBCU.
Hey. You know, so it's funny, right? Because I always did feel a way because I didn't go to HBCU. And obviously I pledged a Divine Nine frat, and you know, just kind of get it how you get it. You find places to be yourself. However, I always find it interesting when people who went to HBCUs take this stance, this demeanor, Let me know where you go, Polo Boy, in the chat.
I feel like he sold us before.
Because
I can't remember the top of my head.
Have you realized that most, if not all, of the HBCUs here in America are not only named after, but initially started and funded by some of the oldest, racist, richest white families in America?
I did not notice that.
Did you know Spelman College is named after John D. Rockefeller's wife?
What?
And he funded the building of the school. So they named it after his woman.
Are you serious?
Go look up these names, fam. Fisk, Wilberforce, all of these old rich white people.
Wilberforce starts to sound
old rich white people. So before you start telling me about my PWI parties, fam, look into the history of your university's name. I don't know where is he at? Don't expose us. Yeah, fam.
Don't expose us. A crazy response to that.
Nothing will touch Morehouse, ACU. Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, listen. I respect. I was in
Rockefeller's wife, Laura Spelman Rockefeller.
I told you. I was at Clark Atlanta for AGP in 2018. Craziest parties I've ever been to. And I mean, I've been around, you know, I'm well traveled, and though that weekend was some of the craziest partying I've ever had in Atlanta. And I respect. I know a lot of people that went to Wright State. I know a lot of people that went to Central. So like, it's definitely a different experience. I
know some people that went
to
Wright State for like 2 weeks and dipped out.
Dipped.
I did have my phase after graduating where I was like,
well, if it's been known, then fix your demeanor, Polo Boy.
I did have my phase where I was like, man, I would have loved to have gone to HBCU, but that was after I had already graduated.
You probably know because they taught you. I had no clue. They didn't tell us.
Yeah, no, I'm finding out now.
the way y'all act, it's the shining monuments of blackness. Well.
Laura Spelman
you say
Rockefeller. So. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Damn, he said they learned at new student orientation.
I saw that.
That is nuts.
That is crazy.
That is a very sobering reality.
Like immediately.
Crazy. Black people, it's the Mecca. John D. Rockefeller funded all this shit. Jesus Christ.
Yo.
Okay.
Very sobering.
Anyways, CBS is getting an L for me.
CBS, okay.
Did you see that embarrassing interview they did with Ta-Nehisi Coates?
I did.
They brought the man on to talk about his book. His book is about what's going on in Israel, in the Palestine apartheid.
There was multiple stories, but that's one of the stories. There's like 3 stories, but that's one of them.
Sure. Oh yeah, it's about. I think it's about apartheid. The book is about apartheid, and so he highlights South Africa, Palestine, and somewhere else. You're right. And so they bring him on and talk about his book. And in true AIPAC, whatever other Israel fund there is fashion, they had a plant right in the middle of that setup. So they had
bro came out of nowhere.
I'm like, they got Gail on here, they got Nate Burleson over here. Okay, we got a black set. We got black set for a black man. Sounds good.
Because when he asked the question, it felt like I was like, when did he get?
Yeah, I'm like,
I didn't even see him
because he was minding his business, doing what he should have did at first, and he was just sitting there quietly. And no sooner than Ta-Nehisi Coates finishes his opening, here, homeboy. So I just don't understand why Israel doesn't have a right to exist.
Ta-Nehisi, I want to dive into the Israel-Palestine section of the book. It's the largest section of the book, and I have to say, when I read the book, I imagine if I took your name out of it, took away the awards and the acclaim, took the cover off the book, the publishing house goes away. The content of that section would not be out of place in the backpack of an extremist. And so then I found myself wondering, why does Ta-Nehisi Coates, who I've known for a long time, read his work for a long time, very talented, smart guy, leave out so much? Why leave out that Israel is surrounded by countries that want to eliminate it? Why leave out that Israel deals with terror groups that want to eliminate it? Why not detail anything of the first and the second intifada, the cafe bombings, the bus bombings, the little kids blown to bits? And is it because you just don't believe that Israel, in any condition, has a right to exist?
Like, whoa there, brother. I don't know who you thought you was fucking with, but not this one.
Yeah.
Not him.
Yeah.
Let me walk you through this, brother. I'm a child of Jim Crow, number one, so you can't gaslight me into thinking that what's going on in Israel is anything other than an apartheid state that is operating illegally according to the international court.
Or is okay morally at all.
According to any governing body who deals with these type of conflicts, Israel is operating illegally. Okay, so don't feign these fucking tears to me about Israel having the right to murder children. I just don't hold that shit. Okay, because my awareness of that is tied to the very long history of that happening to my people here. But thank you for giving me the airwaves to say all of this, revolutionary style, since you wanted to bring that out. I 1000% think Ta-Nehisi Coates went up there with no intention of speaking the way that he ended up speaking in this interview.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, because he got caught off guard by the question in the first place.
Then I had to clean you up real fast since you wanted to run your standard Israel has a right to defend themselves bullshit.
Yeah, he was on some bullshit. I will give him the smallest bit of credit for allowing him to continue because what he was saying was important. And Gail was like trying to cut it off. I think she probably had a producer in her ear telling her like, cut this. But then Homeboy was like, yeah, no, what he's saying is important. But then he got back on bullshit after that. So I was kind of like, okay, all right, whatever. But no, I thought it was a really good interview because Ta-Nehisi Coates didn't come to play.
Yeah.
When it came to what he was standing for.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, shout out to that. We'll obviously include that clip in the video.
For sure. Shout out to Ta-Nehisi Coates. Fuck that guy. And fuck CBS. Polo Boy, this is getting worse. Like, this is getting worse.
No,
our first 5 presidents are white.
The school presidents?
Yeah. The first 5 of them?
Yeah.
Like, we'll give y'all Negroes a school, but we be damned if we let you run it.
Go to Dr. Umar's school.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in our minds. It's a thought. It's a concept.
I've also something that I've been thinking about. Them schools are pretty old, like very, very old, century old. How don't you have endowments? Like where are the endowments at?
Yeah.
You've been having graduates pushed out of here year after year after year. Don't nobody want to come back and donate?
It's kind of crazy. Well, especially considering the conditions of some of them.
And very dependent on government funding.
They're not
much more so than other state universities that are like right down the road for them. I just don't understand what the setup is here.
Yeah.
Again, we are way off topic. Anyways,
motherfuckers said they tried to ambush Coates. They did, or he did. That one guy at least did.
We are capping off a trifecta of Fresh and Fit L's. We started with them getting demonetized on Kick.
Yeah. Twitch.
It was Kick first.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Then it was Twitch and something else.
Yeah. Twitter?
Twitter is the most recent.
Oh, okay.
They just got demonetized off of Twitter.
That's because people don't like them.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. I don't think they have a platform other than Rumble.
Yeah.
To make money off of.
Yep.
And he already told y'all he about to stop streaming on YouTube because it don't make him no money.
But they don't have a platform to continue to grow either. Like, fuck monetization. Like,
they're dead.
Their platform is
dead.
gone.
They're dead. They died. Like we said the Manosphere shit was going to die, but I didn't think it was going to implode like this. It's weird to have amassed a following as big as they did, and just to see them, like, I think they're going to abandon it eventually. They're going to have to.
Do they still have TikTok? Are they allowed to monetize on TikTok? Maybe?
I don't know.
TikTok was the first place I found out about them.
So TikTok and Rumble? Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I mean, if you're growing big on TikTok, bringing that audience over to Rumble is not going to be
whatever happened with the band. Are they breaking up? Are they breaking TikTok up, or what's going on?
Oh, the TikTok band? Yeah.
Because people are still using TikTok.
Yeah. What did happen to that? I don't know.
Are we just not enforcing it? Did they have plans to break the company up? What's going on?
It's a good question. Because that was talks for a while, and then nothing.
People still using TikTok.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that is it for my list this week.
Cool.
It is. It's fun to dance on their graves, to be honest with you, just to see the way that it went.
Okay, here's the most one of the most recent articles I see. Joe Biden signed a bill on April 24th that would ban TikTok if the company doesn't sell the platform off within a year. And that was in April, so I guess they still have.
So are they looking for suitors or what?
ByteDance has 9 months from that date to divest itself from the app, with a potential 3-month extension if the president is satisfied with its progress. So really, they have 9 months, but
so they just have a problem with the parent company, and which is why, because I think the parent company is into the data mining. That's what's the issue there,
and
that people won't talk about. They keep talking about the fucking oh, well, you're not going to be able to get your information on Palestine. First of all, that hasn't changed anything. It hasn't changed anything. The issue here is what they're taking from American consumers and what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
And how they are kind of gauging the American market with the American version of the app versus what they are doing in other countries.
Or what they're pushing, what they're pushing in front of them.
That combination to me is suspect enough to want them to stop.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was probably one of the only good things that I think Biden and Trump were for, was banning TikTok, and I
think it's one of the only things that they agreed on.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
Yeah. Yep. They been got kicked off TikTok. I wonder how much money Fresh and Fit saved. How much they saved? Oh, because they don't have any money. Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, yeah, they've been making a lot of like that platform is so huge. They had like 2 million subscribers.
Yeah,
or close to it.
Yeah.
They were close to 2 million subscribers. How does that die? How do you just kill that? What do you do with it? Like, if you can't make money off of it, what do you do with 2 million people that are, I guess, kind of affiliated or associated to you? That's just, I don't even know. What do you do with that?
Yeah, I don't either.
It's so large, but if you can't make money off of it, well, hey, go follow that guy.
Well, yeah, I guess you could make money that way.
Find a proxy and just send everybody over to follow him, and
then they
feed your
give
content through him.
Give you a kickback.
I guess if they were still cool with Sneeko, maybe that would work. No, Sneeko's banned from. He can't get on either. Yeah, that's their problem. They don't have a proxy. They can't get a proxy.
Yeah,
because all of their people that they would, just go on their channel, so they're getting demonetized or
they got academics for now until they completely cancel.
Are they
academics.
Streaming with Act? He was going on there. I forgot. I forgot he was going on there.
Once Act gets canceled and hopefully thrown in jail,
we'll see. That's the end of the list, though, guys. Let us know what you thought about everything. It's good chopping it up with everybody. Give us your dubs and nails in the chat as well. We're here every Sunday, as you know it. Doing these, we'll be posting throughout the week. We've switched to clips instead of full episodes. That seems to be going over well with the audience. So we're glad we're serving you guys correctly. Give us some feedback. Let us know if there's anything we can do going forward to make the videos better as well. Anything else?
Absolutely. Make sure you subscribe. Like you said, we do the live stream on Sunday, but also we'll have clips throughout the week. W's and L specifically Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Make sure you are there. And yeah, make sure you like the video.